Hey, this is going to be a bit controversial today. I'm just going to give my opinion on medication for mental health. Is it a yay or a nay? And so I do work with a lot of people with anxiety, depression, suicide, sensitive claims. I work with people and I teach in different organizations, first response, teams for various things in mental health. And what I find is on a lot of the pages on Facebook, a lot of the big groups, I tend to watch kind of a lot of the comments and things that are going on. I don't answer a lot because people tend not to like so much, people giving advice and saying what to do. A lot of people just want to be heard and be seen. But what I do hear a lot is when people do ask questions about the medications that they're on and things, which, like, I don't recommend talking about that stuff on a public forum. I recommend getting advice from people that actually know. Talk to your doctor, talk to a nutritional doctor, talk to people that actually are educated in mental health more than, just everyday people. But I find a lot of people pill shaming, like medication shaming, making people feel not good for choosing to take meds to help with mental health. And for me, medication has a huge place, and medication saves lives. I was talking to my mum recently, who, as an occupational therapist, she's now retired, but she worked, in the mental health field probably 50 years ago when there wasn't the medication around. And she was telling me some of the stories of what the patients in the prison and in the mental health facilities, what they were actually like before medication came along. And it's really interesting when you hear that, because a lot of people don't realize how many people are getting helped with specific medication. Myself, I personally think that medication should be given out by a psychiatrist, and I know that we don't all have the luxury to be able to go to one. The reason why I like going to a psychiatrist is because a psychiatrist is a doctor of the mind, and the brain is an organ, and a psychiatrist can really look and tell by behavior and about how you're presenting which parts of the brain may not be functioning at best. I did training with the Amen clinics on brain health, and through that training we got to look at many SPECT scans. And SPECT scans they kind of show, when a patient goes in the machine, it shows which parts of the brain have enough oxygenated blood going to that part. And so you can see with people with a diagnosis, kind of which parts of the brain aren't functioning properly. And so, of course, with different medications, with natural health medications as well, and good diet, and cutting things like alcohol, and upping omega-3s, you can make quite good changes in your brain. But at the same time, it really showed me that there is a place for medication for people that need it. The people that I tend to see in my clinic, medication isn't working for them. So they're already taking the medication, but they're still experiencing feelings in the body. And that's where I kind of come in, working with trauma, working with stuff going on, because sensations like anxiety and depression aren't always caused by the brain not wiring properly. It's also caused by memories that are not processed correctly, that are being triggered in the environment. And when these kind of memories, they're called implicit memories, when they're triggered, instead of you having a picture or idea of whatever that memory is that is coming up, it sends a sensation through your body, and it gives you a sensation to run away from whatever danger your brain is perceiving. So these feelings are different to what we would call generalized anxiety and other things. So like I said, people come to me usually when medication and things aren't working, and there's still these sensations coming up. So for me, like I said, my opinion on medication is it really does have its place. And if you are on medication and it is helping you, it's nothing to be ashamed about at all. It's good on you. You're doing something that is good for you and your health. I take medication when I need it for ADHD, and I openly tell people that my brain is wired to be very creative and to want to be active and, all of the time, wanting to have things that stimulate dopamine or hype me up. So of course, when I do have to do the everyday boring things, for me, I do take medication which just quiets the brain down, and it can help me get work done. So there is a place for it, and the only reason why, like I said, I'm creating this video is because it's really important for people to be really open-minded about this stuff, that if people do need it, they need it. And if people are taking medication and it's not helping, to seek alternative ways to get that help. But remember that it's very personal for everybody that comes in. And my recommendation is, if you do feel like you do need help and support, to see if you can be referred through a doctor to a psychiatrist that will actually look at the big picture. And if a psychiatrist doesn't feel that you need medication, that it is something behavioral, they'll send you on to a psychologist or CBT or someone like me, just to do some things first to help you out. But yeah, for the people that are taking it, always do what's right for you, and just be careful not to be swayed by opinions of others. We know what is best for us and our body, and if that is to take something or not take something, it's totally up to you. So for me, this video is just there to just say listen to you. Be very careful taking advice from people that aren't aware of the big picture of what is going on in our mind and our body. So cool, I will talk to you guys later.